I've restarted the stream, so hopefully that won't mess things up too much. There will be that 2-minute delay, theoretically, but what's important is that it does actually start broadcasting. I haven't messed around with delays too much. Oh, but we have Sonya White coming up for a side lane. Oh, he's not setting up a warp trick. He is warping back. He is, of course, anticipating that mob by Dick K will have radar and will be able to anticipate that, and I guess he doesn't want to put his team in a bad position right now. They're not ready to commit to a warp trick. Rock's still at Animosis has picked up PDD. Yvonne has Protective Field and Repair Bots. And then Sonya is up and has now gotten to 0.36 beam speed. So if I ever pause, I'm still trying to sort out issues with the stream. Loco has picked up Rapid Regeneration, and now the Siege Creep is coming out, so the red team will have to clean this up hopefully before the other team comes out. OG Kush is coming out with 7 Gats, still only 1 armor but Protective Field. Saranja with Scan and Lockdown, Shorty with Psyblast at 1125. Bai has picked up Defensive Matrix. Loco has picked up Frenzy and Interception. And Barry Halls has now Hardened Shield, so Loco is ready to start killing with his Frenzy. Now there are 3 forms of denial from the blue team, so even if Sonya gets well developed, it will still be very rough to actually transition into a kill, but it looks like the blue team is going to manage to cut off either Hawk or perhaps even Animosis, and if Animosis gets cut off here, he can't save, himself. He can only save other ships very easily. It looks like hopefully the stream is working now. My preview is at least working now. My preview even said offline before. So hopefully it's that. I don't know what happened there, why it was not capturing the hook, I guess, before. Oh man, they're gonna try to get some Gats on Loco. I don't think Loco still has 10,000 life. I don't think they can commit very deep here. And they don't want Hawk to overextend and get picked off. That would be, they are down on farm right now, but they are not so far down on farm that they can't maybe recover. A lot of that farm recovery is on Sonya, who is now back farming. Kind of necessary when they're down a ship with a Void Ray. And that puts the rest of the team in an awkward position, because this means that, they're all going to have half the farm of Sonya White. And Sonya is not a guaranteed win here, right? Even if Sonya gets well fed. Mobai can pick up Blackout. Shoddy can get Siphon and Shockwave. And Saranja already has Lockdown. So there's going to be a lot of things for Sonya to be dodging here. And even if Animosis gets Blackout for the and manages to land one on the enemy Raven, they're still he would have to get both the BC and the Raven, and even then Sonya would still have to presumptively deal with Siphon. I don't know if Shorty is going to get Siphon at this point. I'm not sure if there's going to be Blackout quite yet. Could be a good time to look at upgrades, but I want to see what Sonya's coming out with now. So Sonya's coming out with Chrono Rift, Blink with a 9 radius, Energy Nova, and Charge. The beam has 0.16 speed with 10 damage ups, so this is very fearsome. I mean, even without Charge, this is high burst damage. Now, on the Leviathan can regenerate, and the Raven can maintain defensive matrix on either one of these tank ships. So Sonya can blink imps all day and still feel like very little progress is being made, because yeah, and there's the lockdown, and this is the problem, is that Sonya is going to have a hard time maintaining charge on any single target. So that he's blinking around, and he still might end up needing to continue to farm even at this point, but he wants to at this point start getting a kill, start putting pressure on the other team, so that the rest of his team has some breathing room. You know, if it gets to a point where he has to commit to save a tower, that is going to be very rough for him. But the farm lead of the blue team is not so much right now that they can very easily take a tower here. But it's also the case that, you know, Sonya has already kind of worked down to 8,000 total life. You know, a lockdown, it's hard to dodge, you know, every lockdown. It's just whenever you're in range of the BC at all, they can cast it at will if they can see you. And Sonya does not have cloak yet, so he can only blink out of it, and it's a little bit easier to read the Raven and see when it's turning to cast Imp. But with the BC, it doesn't need to turn at all. It can cast from any direction, so it can be very difficult to see what's going on. Blue team now has almost a 500 farm lead, and Amigo Deer bounces on the rocks twice, is going to try to use boosters to get out, or afterburners to get out. Sonya goes in, there's a blackout. Oh, he's taking 300, 200, he's plagued, he goes down. Can Sonya pick something off? No, Sonya is in the red as well. This puts the... Oh my goodness. Sonya almost goes down. If Sonya had gone down, that would absolutely be game right here. Even just losing Amigo Deer from that bounce. Oh, and Animosis has taken a lot of damage as well. Sonya at 180 life total. They want Sonya. They are thirsty. But losing their frigate is going to have that's going to be a big drop in their damage output. It's going to be exceptionally hard to come back this game at this point. Starkiller thinks it is over for Team 2. And it very well could be. I'm trying to think of what they could do to come back, and it would all hinge on Sonya at this point. But how can Sonya even get in here against this composition of Raven, Battlecruiser, and Overlord? Now, Overlord has picked up Spotter, so it does. You know, Shorty does not have Siphon, but Sonya can't go into Cloak and win that way, and Sonya hasn't even bothered to get Cloak. There's so much detection here between Imp, Blackout, Spotter, and Scan. I mean, already the blue team has 3 forms of detection. The Raven hasn't actually bought Blackout yet, but the potential is definitely there with the amount of farm they just went back with. And so, yeah, now the Raven has Blackout. So now there are already 4 different forms of detection for Sonya. I mean, Sonya can blink once, but Sonya can't blink 4 times. Even if he could perfectly read each of the other ships and play flawlessly, you know, he can blink an Imp there, but the Raven will just regenerate energy and cast it again. I mean, the Raven doesn't need to mess around with PDDs for the frigate because the frigate is dead. The likelihood of coming back from this game is very low against this team. OG Kush and Loco and Barry Halls don't want there to be any hope for Red Alert in this game. But they also, you know, it can also be good for Red Alert to even pick off a single ship. You know, if they can avoid letting this team go 6-0, then Red Alert will at least have rebolstered their confidence at this point. You know, even picking off a single enemy ship at this point is really what at this point they might be going for, if they can at least force a trade. But even getting a trade at this point can be quite difficult. I mean, between Matrix and Blackout at this point can hit everyone on their team. Actually, Blackout could always have hit everyone on their team. Even Yvonne with his 5 armor. Oh, and the Loco is diving in on the Raven. That interception and the frenzy. And the tentacles are real. The tentacles have penetrated the Raven's vital defenses, and he has died. And Mimosas has gone down. Now there's no more Blackout. There's not going to be any more big window of opportunity created from a Blackout for Sonya to get in there and do work. And one thing to bear in mind here is that from the very beginning, Red Alert here has been a little bit more susceptible to Blackout because there's the 2 Zerg ships from the blue team, which can just continuously provide cover no matter what. And even getting a single kill here would be a serious and very difficult to achieve accomplishment for Red Alert. I mean, Barry can take some beams from the mothership. That still is not going to be enough to create a window of opportunity for Sonya between all these lockdowns, and even with Yvonne providing as much cover and damage as he can, it's just not going to be enough. The only ship that's even remotely low is the Saranja on the battlecruiser, but it's pretty unlikely they're going to be able to pick him off. And with all the towers dead, the command service still does 100 damage a second, but what can they do at this point? Hawk goes, oh, they got a kill! They did get a kill! In the confusion of the mothership combat, they managed to pick off OG Kush. And so actually picking off OG Kush there was about as much as they could have hoped for in this situation. They can still go into the second game now saying, okay, at least we didn't go 6-0. At least we picked off someone. We didn't go down without one last good fight. And even Yvonne is even still alive. They might even have to kill the mothership here if they can't actually kill Yvonne. I think they're going to be able to kill Yvonne when they come back, when their cooldowns are up. But that can actually be a little bit frustrating for Loco's team here, for the InsaneLogic to even accept that they couldn't actually pick off Yvonne in their big last dive here. But without Sonya, it's Loco and Yvonne gonna go 1v1 here, yeah. Ooh, there's a nuke. Here, then the nuke causes Blackout, so now Loco is going to go in with Frenzy, and with Lockdown and Yamato, that's going to be it. E-shields, but E-shields are not enough here. And that's the game. And they have GG'd, and so that is game 1 of the semifinals match. And so I will go ahead and pause the stream and update some information on the stream and make sure everything is working.